All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. I think we are good to go. So, hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Bitcoin hasn't really been doing all too much today, but continuing that downward momentum we talked about not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. So, we're going to be picking off of there, and then we're just going to be going through a bunch of news because there's a lot of stuff to talk about here. There's some political stuff to talk about when it comes to Trump and Kamala. You know, elections coming down to the wire here. It's almost over. There's some new polling out, that type of stuff. And, you know, just the basic stuff here. I know, I think really what's driving a lot of this stuff right now is we've actually seen some really crazy earnings results today. So that's like a Tesla, IBM. There's some crazy stuff. McDonald's is having some issues with E. coli and a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of a weird day here. So, hey, multi-stacker, happy to see you, my man. I'm going to back up a little bit here. I moved my desk down a little bit because I hated standing up for so long. Working then streaming was not a good thing. But here's Loki. That way you guys can actually see him and what he looks like now. You might be able to see him. Well, hold on. Let me put the microphone close to my face. Can you guys see him close enough? Oh, ooh. Do you gotta come back over here? Yeah, you do. Okay, come here. Oh, there you go. That's your good boy. All right. So Loki got one of his little treats for the day. He's been enjoying those. We just got back from outside from walking a little bit here. Try not to run over his little feet. And I think we're good. All right. So let me make sure that's all good. Everything's fine. So I'm getting used to this new style here. It still feels kind of weird because I'm not so close to my desk. I'm like slightly backed up right now. All right. Hey, Kumar, happy to see you as always. OP May Productions, happy to see you back as well. And hey, Benjamin, let's make some money. I know right now it's definitely been kind of interesting here because we have this death cross coming along with a bunch of golden crosses. Everything is getting intertwined right now. And what that typically means for people like us who like to day trade and swing trade is it means that we're going to be having a lot of volatility and there's going to be a lot of shaking out happening over the next few days. Now, we talked about a potential rejection from the $70,000 level based off of that order block that we've been looking at. I'll point that out here soon, but right now, this still appears to be like a week to maybe 2 week long shakeout. We'll see if it's only a couple days long. You know, I'm not going to be exactly precise on this type of thing. Hold on a second here, guys. Look at you out of the way here. But anyway, I think it's important that we do talk about what could be, you know, how bad this shakeout could be, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go over here very fast. Let's poke this over. I need to move some stuff over on my side, and there we go. All right, so this is the 4-hour chart. This is where I kind of wanted to start off today. What I've been seeing here is that 4-hour momentum still remains pretty bearish here, but we are seeing a little bit of green, you know, a little bit of green from the stochastic and the RSI right now, which is kind of nice to see. Unfortunately, when you kind of take these two off here, because the MACD is still the most important for me, what you're seeing is that it's still bearish here. We're close to maybe getting bullish maybe by the end of tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. But we've had a little bit of a death cross right here. We're seeing an opportunity, I think, for something of a day trade where you may, in fact, see Bitcoin rally up a little bit more. This will be the trade of the day or of the evening, I would say, where you're trying to buy this and hope that it kind of grinds up. I don't think it'll just be a straight skyrocket here because of these moving averages, but that's going to be the play for right now for those of you guys that feel like you need to trade. You're probably going to take longs here over the next couple hours and try to watch Bitcoin come back up. The 2-hour chart, you are seeing a little bit more bullishness here. These moves haven't been the best on the 2-hour chart, so again, this is why I haven't really been talking about it over the last few days. You know, right? Small move there, small move there. Does it really do anything? Not really, right? But I think the reason you'd be buying at this point here is not so much for one of these short-term moves. If I can get through those lines, there you go. It almost feels like you might have to consolidate a little bit longer and then have another breakout that's pretty strong. Whatever that support level right here is, or that resistance level, excuse me, that's kind of where you might want to be buying if you don't want to take this breakout. But for me, I think I'm just going to sit this one out. I'm going to look for maybe something more of an altcoin with a little bit more volatility. But while I think Bitcoin can have some moves right here, just kind of going sideways, maybe a little bit sideways and up, I'm going to look for an altcoin that's been hit kind of hard and that wants to bounce. This could be something. Well, we'll just go through some of the altcoins a little bit here. I don't want to talk without having live data in front of my face. All right. But on top of that, the daily chart remains pretty bearish here as well. We are about to have that bearish MACD for the first time since way back over here, October 1st. Again, Last time we had the bearish MACD, it didn't really kill us all too much. We kind of just went sideways for a bit, ended up having a consolidation period, and during that consolidation, you saw a lot of big moves that did shake people out before eventually we had that larger move that took us right back up here to $70,000. I'm assuming that's kind of what's going to happen next. I wish there was more of a juicy move to be had here, but right now I'm wondering if we're going to have that day trade breakout opportunity, and if we don't break out, obviously don't buy it, but that's what I'm hoping for right now. Now, as I told the members today earlier in the day, there are a few things I'd be more concerned about, I would say, over the next 24 to 48 hours, even probably adding maybe the next 72 hours here, and this goes to the fact that although Bitcoin on the weekly chart is still looking good and we are still fine, when we do hit these big levels of resistance, this is usually where the whales like to attack us the most. And we have some patterns that we like to follow that have worked out very well for us in the past. And one of those patterns that typically happens for Bitcoin and some other assets, but mostly Bitcoin, is that when we start playing around with these moving averages, specifically on the weekly and on the daily charts, and we're on a daily chart right now, typically you start to see a lot more volatility. Regardless if we end up closing down below it or if we manage to bounce back up, you do see that volatility here. And we're a couple $1,000, maybe $3,000, just, you know, a few $1,000 basically away from that 20-day moving average of that green line. Right below that, you see the yellow line right there. That's going to be the 200 moving average, and right below that's the 50, and then we're going to see that 50-day moving average right there. Those lines are creating golden crosses right now, so overall we're in a very good spot, but because of what's been happening, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some type of shakeout. And that's why I'm not really like saying I'm going to be buying up a bunch of stuff right now. I'm hoping that my dollar cost averaging will still do fine. I think I'm going to... What's the best way to do this? So you guys know I'm sponsored by 3 exchanges, and I moved some money into all of those exchanges in order to trade. I have plenty of money in a week, so I think I'm going to do some dollar cost averaging with you guys there today and maybe buy up some new tokens there. I want to say I'll do some with you guys tonight with BYDFi as well. And then let's say that either tomorrow or the day after, once we've kind of had some dust settle here, my third sponsor, which would be ZoomX, why don't we try to take some trades on there as well? But I think for ZoomX, I might like larger trades with Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, and then maybe smaller trades when it comes to all the other meme coins. For example, with Weeks, I have no Bitcoin trade, I have no Ethereum trade, I have no Solana trade. It's mostly meme coins because that's what I love about Weeks. You have some really good opportunities to get into these low market cap tokens and make some good money, if you're lucky. A good example of this right now is that I have Cat, and Cat's having a little bit of a bearish start to the day right now, but I bought it down here back on October 16th. It had a few bad days, and all of a sudden it skyrocketed. With this 10x leverage that I have, it's currently up over 500%, and I'm up around $900, $890 right now. Absolutely, beautiful. Now, even though I'm up that much on that trade, my overall profit right now on all these trades that I have open is only $400. And that's because I'm losing $20 here, $20 here, $40 here, $60 here. I'm making $38 here. I'm down $10. I'm down $80, etc. Right? And so I'm going to start dollar cost averaging these even more here. But I think I need to find some more tokens to buy into. I do have a 90% stop loss on this trade right now. So if it does come back down to 0.000038, I will sell 90%, and I will leave the rest in here. I'll leave the rest in this open trade, and I'll probably have a new stop loss being right, like 5% above where I bought, just to make sure everything's fine there. But I want to see if I can get something really crazy here by holding for a good amount of time. So again, we'll see, because I have paid so far with the fees here. I paid about $24 in fees. My profit is about $900. I'm not complaining. But, $3 in fees here, $3 in fees here, $3 in fees. $1 in fees for holding for about a week. It's not a lot, but it's still fees that you kind of don't want to have to pay. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening here. So I will add some more there. I'll add some more on BYDFi as well. And I think we can start grinding with some of these positions. That way I can kind of show you day to day how things are doing. As you guys know, I'm not afraid of showing you guys a bad portfolio or a good portfolio. I just want to show it to you guys because trading is not all green stuff. There's some red in there involved, red involved as well. All right, so that's kind of how Bitcoin's going right now. Ethereum is still doing the similar things we talked about before. Again, moving averages, big candles, nasty moves. Solana, not there yet. In fact, Solana is more bullish than Ethereum, which again is crazy. But you have seen Solana actually have that breakout and going higher, while Ethereum never actually had that larger breakout to start heading up towards $3,000. Ethereum seems to be a lot weaker than Solana right now, and maybe that's just a market cap issue, perhaps, but Ethereum, as far as like the Twitter press that I've been seeing or just online articles, it doesn't seem like people are as favorable as they once were. Maybe it's their CEO Vitalik is kind of a weird, funky guy. A lot of tech people are. But Ethereum has been losing favor, it seems like. All right, and then before we start getting on to some of the news here, just a couple things, and I'll read some of you guys' comments. Hey, Wilder, happy to see you. Same with you, Striker. Bill's happy to see you as always, too. Discount Polygon still dropping, and I decided to buy $100 more today around 34. Like those dollar cost averaging. And hey, I'm happy to see my man. The title of the stream. Well, okay, so today I actually had a little bit of an issue with the title of the stream because, like, I talked about over the last couple of days how Bitcoin was losing some steam and how Bitcoin's getting a bit more bearish, and we're gonna have to like watch some stuff, and we'll be talking about that more today, obviously, and we just talked about it. When I'm not just gonna talk about crypto technical analysis or something like that, I think I just want to have, like, I'm just going to chill. Chill to me is not just relaxing with you guys. It's like talking about other stuff that's not just Bitcoin, if that makes sense. So when you see Bitcoin and chill, we're going to be talking about whatever I want to talk about, just relaxing and having a good time. If you guys can't tell, well, you guys can't tell what am I talking about. I got my candle lit right here, my little skull candle. I'm going to use it to smell up this living room that I have. It'll be good. I accidentally spilt the candle, so it's kind of whacked out right now, but there was a lot of wax in here, and I just went whoop when it I spilt so much wax. And then I of course have some nice water to drink, but I feel like I've been dehydrated lately, so definitely drinking up a lot of stuff. One more treat here for Loki. Oh, look at you being a good... Okay. Well, he was a good boy for half a second before he stole it before I was ready. But yeah, so that's kind of the stuff that we're going to be talking about here today. Does Weeks have more degen shitcoins than the other two? I would say yes. One of the reasons I like Weeks a lot is because you have access to a lot of tokens. Now, BYDFi has a lot of tokens, so does ZoomX, but I think you're going to find the most well-rounded shitcoin area on Weeks. Just to be blunt about it. You're going to find some tokens that are on BYDFi that you can't find on Weeks. You're going to find some tokens on ZoomX that you can't find on Weeks. That being said, you're probably going to have a better chance of finding the shit token you're looking for on Weeks. And again, this is if you want to, trade with leverage on it or just buy a spot or something like that. It just seems to be a little bit easier to find it on there. And the fees aren't too bad. They just seem to, really have a lot of different tokens on there. And there is a way to, I would say, use Weeks effectively, but I believe, so Weeks has a token, and I won't say too much time on this, but Weeks has a token, right? If you get so much of their token, and I forget exactly what the amount is that is needed. Let's see, affiliate zone. Maybe it's in the Weeks token zone. I'll have to ask. I got a message about it a while ago, but if you own so much of their token, you basically pay 50% off of all of your fees, which I think is a pretty cool thing. And I think it was like, well, you know what? This is the perfect part of chill. Why don't I just go into my messages on my phone and let me see what exactly was said? I'm all on my Money 2020 stuff for next week, but weeks. Corners. Okay, Let's see. Oh, never mind. That's a lot more than I thought. You have to have $13,000 worth of their token. Nah, probably not worth it then. But if you had $13,000 worth of their token, you pay 50% in fees, which is a great deal if you want to hold that much of their token, because eventually I'm sure it'll go up, but you kind of have to lock it in there for those gains. So never mind, forget I said that, unless you just have that money lying around, lying around out there. And hey, Tony, happy to see you, my man. That's what I'm interested in. Thanks. Yeah, no worries. Here, let me just show you very fast. I mean, I'm already on the website here. So I can just, I'm on cost right now, it looks like, but you know, you can see how there's a little, you can see how there's like a little thing on the side that kind of shows how far up and down we are. You know, can I, oh no, I can't do it like that. Okay. Well, anyway, what am I doing? Oh, let me refresh this. I messed up by pushing a button on my mouse, and I don't know how. I got one of those nice mouses that does a lot of funky stuff. Yeah, I messed something up here. Well, anyway, I know it doesn't look as pretty, but you can keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and there's going to be a lot of tokens. There's going to be a lot of tokens that are up today. There's going to be a lot of tokens that are down today. But you can find tokens in here that have like 0 fees, so you don't even pay fees for those tokens, right? A lot of tokens, and it kind of just keeps on going, right? So again, have fun with it, but you know, be careful. And hey, X-Ray, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. Well, it says message retracted, but I know you meant something, so I appreciate that a lot, my man. And hey, Villa, happy to see you, my man. Any perks on these exchanges using your referral? Yeah, so usually you get a little bit more discounts. Depending on the exchange, you can get VIP codes and stuff like that. And right now, they're going to give you discounts and extra bonuses where, like, let's say the average person gets like a $50 bonus. You would get a $75 bonus. It's that type of stuff. What the exchanges have been trying to do, at least for me and I think for a couple other of my friends in the space, is you know that JumpX closed down because the investors were like, okay, we're not making enough money. Let's just close it down, give everybody their money, and then just like chill out, right? Well, a lot of those exchanges want all of those users that were at Fairdesk and JumpX. They want them to go to their exchange. So they basically been giving better deals out there. So let me see. And thanks, X-Ray. I appreciate it again. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you out, man. Can you take a look at? Oh, there it is. Can you take a look at Demo? But yeah, Wilder. Yeah, you basically just little small perks like that, sign up bonuses, and in some circumstances, you get like just cheaper fees and stuff like that by signing up with my link. And hey, Tim, happy to see you find a good salesman for the company. Oh, nice. What's happening right here? Okay, so Demo. I'm assuming this has to be a crypto token. Demo US dollar, there we go. Oh, well, I mean, this is heading right up to resistance right now, so before we even get started, this is a daily chart, but this is a crucial scale out level. That is for sure. How was the vol? So, okay, there wasn't much volume in here, as you can see, before this move happened. You can see how, you know, there's a lot of gaps and whatnot here. It's not the best type of play, but what I'm seeing right now is if you bought some, your first opportunity to scale out is being hit right now. You probably might want to move your stop loss up towards maybe 0.19183 levels, basically where this 200 daily moving average is, just to be safe there. Let me back up here just a little bit more to kind of see what some of these larger levels of resistance are. You know, I think there's probably a few that might overlap here. So let's actually just take a quick second to draw some of this stuff up. Wow, it came down really close, yeah. And then let's go back up here. Let's pull this back. Could use one more, but I don't think we need to make it any more cluttered. Yeah, I think this will be fine. So what I'd be doing is I'd be scaling out right here at this point in time, anywhere between this 22 cents and this 25-cent level of resistance that you see from back over here. What was it? July 21st. And then if this continues to go higher, I might use this next zone up here to scale out a little bit more. You're going to see a pretty tough level of resistance, I would assume, right up here around 30 cents. You can see how it was yesterday's resistance was that Fibonacci level right there. This may be another big day of resistance and so forth. Probably it's going to be a little bit stronger because, again, a lot of the momentum starts off at the beginning. The more it goes up and up, the harder it is to maintain that type of momentum. But I'd be happy to sell the majority of mine somewhere up here, kind of above 27 cents. But, you know, like a cool 50% cut right now might not be the worst thing. But that's me. You know I sell too early here. Let me go over here to the 4-hour chart and just kind of see. Maybe the 50 now. Yeah, there's not so much going there. So it even managed to break out above there. Well, that's today. So it just got pushed down towards the end of today here. Then it's coming back up a little more. Yeah, I might scale a little bit here. And if it makes it up here, this would be the ultimate target level for me. I'd probably get to the upper range of this though, so like 27 to 30 cents, and just wait to see what happens next. But it looks like it's doing fine here. I don't see any big problems with it. You're seeing a little bit more weakness, but as long as it continues to break it, I think you're fine. But for me, because this move has happened so fast, you know, basically the last few hours. Started at 11:30 a.m., so basically last 5-6 hours, yeah. I'd at least scale out something here and then just have a stop loss wherever you feel it's most comfortable. You can have a stop loss down here at 17 cents. We can have one over here at 18.5 cents, or up here at, 18.8. But I like to scale out just a little bit here in these situations just to lock in some profit. That way, if you do see it having a larger move down here, you're going to feel okay with leaving it here for a while to see if it makes a larger move in the future. But for me right now, I'd definitely be scaling out something. How's the 5-minute chart? Yeah, it's had some big moves so far already today. This move right here, it fell down 25% in just a few minutes. This move, it fell down 17% in just about 20 minutes here. So that volatility is going to be wrecking you if you're not, if you're looking at that account, you're like, oh no, I'm up $1,000 now. I'm only up $500 now. I'm up $1,000. Back and forth is going to be kind of brutal here. But it looks like a great play. Nothing really wrong with it right now besides the fact that it's gone up so fast. Typically, give it 24, 48 hours. It'll probably come down. I would not be buying it at any level right now. That's too risky for me, but it is a great play to be holding if you already got into it. Let's see. Wasn't a way you could rescind supers? I don't think he rescinded the super. I think what he did was rescind the message. Not the super. Not the super. Think I'm going to buy a few small cap coins. Well, here, let me, I was on Weeks and I got out of it, of course. Let me put this up here. Let me find a few random tokens to buy. Maybe meme tokens here. So we have Turbo. Do we have Turbo on this list? I do not have Turbo on this list. So let's buy some Turbo here. Turbo's down 6% today. It's definitely going to come down even more. So do I really want to buy it right now? Well, we'll do an opening position here. We'll do an opening one. Let's see. Is this a 10x leverage? That's a 20x leverage. That's why the numbers are off. Okay. 10x leverage. Let's go $100 for now. Okay. Bonk Sheep, I think we can get some Pepe in here too. That one's coming down as well. 10x leverage. They're getting me with these 20x leverage. I got to make sure I put it at 10. All right, there we go. Now let me go over here to zero fees. One of the reasons I kind of like zero fees right now, and this is just across all exchanges, is that if I am going to be doing some longer term trading here, not paying fees and holding for a little bit, like it lets me buy more stuff basically. Now, Ronin, FLR, Blast. I think Blast sounds familiar. Let me go check it out here on coinmarketcap.com. Blast. I want to see what the market cap is for this one. Yeah, the market cap is $184 million market cap. How was it like a year ago? No, it's been kind of at the same level. This almost kind of reminds me of Matic, actually. Poly. Been going flat for so long. Let's go to the weekly chart. This does not deserve a lot of money. Let's go with a $50 position with a 5x leverage. I think that'll do fine. We don't even need to do a lot of leverage here. Beaks, TWT, Bond, Foxy. Render, I mean, I do like Render a lot. It hasn't been doing much since it got put on this exchange here, but this could be something I hold for a while. Let me just do $100 here with a, not a 20x leverage, but a 10x leverage. There you go. I'll buy some more later on today during the stream, but goat, let me just buy a goat because who doesn't like a goat? Another $100 with a 20 to 10 leverage. Oh, this one's actually moving up a little bit. I'm buying that at the top, but okay, it's okay. It's a small position. We'll take it. All right, but yeah, that's some of the stuff we're doing right now. Hey Calvin, I saw your leverage on the other stream that said never liquidate. How do you leverage with no liquidation? So technically any trade can liquidate if you have a high enough leverage, but like imagine you have like a 5x leverage, right? And you have a $50 trade or a $10 trade with 5x leverage, right? If you lost 100% of your position, that means at max you lost 500% of that $5 trade, which would only be a little bit of money. Well, that little bit of money is no threat to my entire portfolio because I have a good amount of money in there, right? So my bag is so large. I'm in this example, my bag is so large that even if I were to lose like everything in that trade and it goes to zero, I still could not be liquidated from that position. Liquidation only occurs when you're pretty much trading too much, if you ask me. So if you are looking to do a trade and you have like $1,000 in your wallet and you want to do a 500 10x leverage trade, to me that sounds wild. If you have $1,000 in your account, I would not do more than a $20 5x trade or a $20 10x trade and kind of let that grow slowly, have some fun with it, but just let it grow. And then, you know, over time you could maybe put up to $100 in there. $100 trades, but you might want to do something more like a 5x of your portfolio in the market at any given time, because most of you guys at one point in time may have 10 or 20% of your portfolio in a trade, but you know you don't want to have any one trade. I would say all in like that. That'd be a little bit too much for me. But it just means that even if my trade went to zero, I still wouldn't lose so much money. That's why I do a lot of small trading, or if I do a large trade, you'll see it there. But basically, one of my trades would have to be so huge, right, that it just says, you know, something crazy is happening. And I don't do big trades like that. I try to be as okay as possible. I don't like to take on too much risk. I recently bought some Milady. What's your thoughts? I own quite a bit of Milady. It is something I dollar cost average. It is part of that meme coin block that I've been talking to you guys about. I'm still working on the final list here for you and a couple of friends of mine, and you guys are going to get the same list that my friends get. But my goal is to just load up on a lot of meme coins that have a lot of potential, and I think Milady has potential. For Milady, though, and a few other ones, like, you know, I like Miro and some of the other small markets, they're not so much trades as they are just buying now and hoping that they have larger moves down the road. And the beauty of things like the smaller market caps like Milady, you don't really have to put a lot of money in there to get a good return towards the end or the height of an altcoin season. So it's not like you have to put down a couple $1,000 to make money off it. Even $100 will do, even $50 will, even $20 will get you still a decent profit out of it, especially if you're diversifying your portfolios. But yeah, I do like it a lot. It is a pure meme coin right there. It should do well. Seeing, hey, Noir, Bonk, what about Bonk? And hey, Trav, what's happy? Oh, what's going on, my man? Hope you're doing well. What's good? It's been pretty good. It's been good. I've been busy, very, very busy, but it's been good here. Washington, where it's been raining and cloudy and stuff like that. 40x all day, Michael scalps. If you're going to be scalping, you can have some fun there for sure. Like even right now, this kind of seems like a good opportunity to be scalping some Bitcoin here. But for me, I think I'd rather be looking at the 5-minute chart. This 5-minute chart looks like it wants to have a little bit of a drop down here, which could be kind of fun. But for me, I'd rather see it pump back up here towards the $68,000 level. There we go. Get that move back. All right. I wanted to cover a little bit of news here very fast for you guys. Tesla shares jumped up 12%. Elon Musk has still not sold any of his Bitcoin, of course. I think he's smart for holding on to it more and more and more. But Tesla shares jump on profit beat. Musk prediction of at least 20% vehicle growth next year. That is a great thing right there. And what he's able to do right now, which is crazy, which is brilliant, because he is so intertwined with Donald Trump for this election, because people are kind of in the background, the whispers are Trump is outperforming in these early voting states. So if Trump were to win, he'll probably give some favorable tax credits to Elon Musk and people to say, hey, if you go out there and buy an EV or if you go out there and buy a Tesla, we're going to give you really good tax benefits. It's that type of stuff. So you could see Elon making a good bit of profit. You could see Tesla making a good return there. So yeah, it is going to be interesting there. So basically, let me just read this article here. Tesla reported third quarter earnings Wednesday that topped analyst estimates as revenue came in just shy of expectations. The stock popped 12% in extended trading. Here's what the company reported compared to what Wall Street was expecting based on a survey of an analyst by LSEG. So earnings per share were 72 cents adjusted versus 58 cents expected. That is great. Revenue, $25.18 billion versus $25.37 billion expected. A little bit light on the revenue, but ultimately not too crazy, not too bad, right? Now, it says revenue increased 8% in the quarter from $23.35 billion a year earlier. Net income rose about $2.17 billion, or about 62 cents a share, from $1.85 billion or 53 cents per share a year ago. Profit margins were bolstered by a $739 million in automotive regulatory credit revenue during the quarter. Automakers are required to obtain a certain amount of regulatory credits each year. If they can't meet the target, they can purchase credits from companies such as Tesla, which has excess credits because it makes only electric vehicles. That is interesting right there. The way the government set this up is crazy. Automotive revenue increased 2% to $20 billion from $19.63 billion in the same period a year earlier, and is about flat since late 2022. Energy generation and storage revenue soared 52% to $2.38 billion, while services and other revenue, which includes revenue from non-warranty repairs of Tesla vehicles, jumped 29% to $2.79 billion. So, of course, you are seeing them make some good money here. You can see automated revenues have actually been kind of flat for a while. Services have been going up a little bit, and energy's been doing quite well. So, they're still growing. You can see they've kind of plateaued a little bit here, but, nothing too crazy about this. We're waiting for them to get some type of growth that can get them going back up a little bit more, but, it's not bad. It's not bad right now. Really, I would say the bad news for today, for all of us here, well, I guess I don't know if you eat McDonald's or not, if I can find it. There we go. Now, I haven't had McDonald's in a minute, and I'm glad I have not, because all of a sudden, CDC told McDonald's about potential E. coli outbreak late last week. So, McDonald's is having some issues. I don't know if you guys like the quarter pounder, but McDonald's is having just a bad day. If you go over here and look at the McDonald's chart, it's down about 5% today. So that's not pretty. And then going back over here, McDonald's said the CDC told the company late last week about a potential link between its quarter pounder burgers and an E. coli outbreak. Company spokespeople said McDonald's decided to pull the menu items from the restaurant in the affected area before the CDC issued its advisory notice. Roughly a fifth of McDonald's U.S. restaurants are not selling the quarter pounder burgers at this time. A quarter of all McDonald's are not selling them. I don't know if I've actually had a quarter pounder or a quarter pounder with cheese, to be honest. I just don't recall. I'm much more of a Big Mac guy, and I haven't had a Big Mac in a long time here. But yeah, we'll see if McDonald's gets any worse there. And the last bit of news I think I wanted to talk to you guys about here was I think it's actually right at the top. Yeah, this one. We don't really talk about IBM so much because we're usually just trashing it when we do talk about it. But IBM stock slips on disappointing consulting and infrastructure revenue. IBM software business outperformed due to acceleration in the Red Hat business, but the consulting and infrastructure units came up short in revenue. The company sees fourth quarter revenue growth at a constant currency that is in line with the third quarter when it was at 2%. So it's down quite a bit. It's down quite a bit here today. Then let me go back over here for 1 second. Futures are generally okay right now. S&P is up, Dow is down, NASDAQ is up, and oil is up, and then 10-year is down as well. So that's probably good news for the markets tomorrow. I don't think there's any more news here that I'd actually want to talk about. No. Oh, there was so I haven't actually checked out my personal portfolio in a minute because typically I've been so hyper-focused on my oil stocks. But we did talk about some of the plays that I liked a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to talk about them a little bit more because we had been talking about what happens when people kind of are feeling like a recession is on the horizon. What do they typically buy? And one of the things they like to buy is Philip Morris. And I sold off a part of mine, but this thing is again starting to move here. This is a weekly chart, right? We haven't been talking about it for about a month or so because it kept on coming down. But this thing is starting to surge again. And if you guys are looking for a dividend haven, I mean, now it's probably not the right time to buy. You know, we've been talking about this since like 2022. But yeah, this is having a pretty crazy run, and it's going to all-time highs again. Tobacco always seems to be a safe place to hide. I don't know why. My ExxonMobil is still kind of around all-time highs. I'm thinking of shaving off even more oil, to be honest here. I think right now I'd probably price in a Trump presidency. But I also think Trump wants to pull so much oil out of the ground, basically, that he wants oil prices to come down quite a bit so Americans can have cheaper energy prices and that lower the cost of goods for everybody. And if everybody's paying less for goods, the corporations are paying less for the transportation, everything like that, you may see that companies are making more money, people have more money in their pockets, you know, it's less gas prices and stuff like that. But the oil corporations might not be making as much money, but he may give them literally incentives saying, hey, we're going to pay you billions of dollars cash up front, get those energy prices down fast. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but that seems to be a concern of mine as somebody that like owns some of these oil prices here, or oil stocks. Schlumber going down, a lot of other stuff going down here. Microsoft still doing fine. MasterCard and Visa, some of my favorite plays here, still doing just fine. But yeah, so that's some of my thoughts going on about this wacky market that we're seeing right now. Philip Morris doing some crazy stuff right now. There we go. Push that down a little bit more in there. Inverted herp and derp pattern on the 15-minute chart. I don't even know what a herp and derp pattern is, my man. I have no idea what a herp and derp is. To me, it just looks like we're facing some resistance. We're trying to break out right now, but I think it's going to be a little more difficult. I think we might have to wait a little, another half an hour or an hour. And no worries, Tim. Happy to see my man. Anyone using Bybit trading bots? I have never used the trading bots over at Bybit myself, but Bybit is no longer allowed in America, so, you know, I can't really do much there. Let's see. McDonald's isn't food. I not ate anything from them in more than a decade because I would always get sick when I used to eat that garbage. I think a lot of people do get sick if you're not used to having the processed foods and stuff. It can be very, very difficult. And I think that's I think actually McDonald's is probably one of the reasons I started making my own bread and stuff like that. Helps out a lot. Oh my gosh, Loki's over here being a big baby. Here, he doesn't get a full treat anymore. He gets a teeny piece of a treat. Good boy. Yep. His whiskers are what do you call? Ticklish. He's staying up here because he wants to get the rest of the treat. He's like, you only gave me half the treat. Yeah. T on the AVAX chart. Yeah. Let me see. AVAX 1 day chart. Let's see. Do I have AVAX on my list? I do not have AXS. Thought I had AVAX, but that's okay. I can find it right here. This doesn't look too bad right now. I mean, basically, it's tried to break out a number of times, but every single time it gets too close, Bitcoin is falling, and it's causing some issues. So Right now, you're seeing it hovering around a big level of support. If Bitcoin remains bearish here, you're probably going to see it start breaking back down towards maybe $24 or so. But let's say Bitcoin manages to hold for a few more hours. You might even see it do a short-term pop over here to $27 before making this larger move down here, probably to kind of rest on this, what would be like a big order block down here. You can imagine it's like a level of support. So I'd probably expect this to come down over the next few days. The way this chart looks, it'd be kind of hard for it to have a rapid pop up. It's definitely possible. I think it might have to be a little bit more weakness here just before that happens, though. Let me see. How's the weekly chart? Weekly chart's fine. It's resting on top of a 20-week moving average. That's what it is. Okay. That's a decent level of support. It hasn't been perfect, but it's been decent. Support with a wick, resistance, support, resistance, not so much, support, okay. Okay, everything's negative. Yeah, I might wait for it to come back down a little bit more before trying to buy back into this. You're probably going to see your first big support level between $23 and $25. This would be the first buying zone if you wanted to buy. If for whatever reason Bitcoin starts to go down for like maybe a week or two because we have one more consolidation or something left in us, what you'll probably see is it coming back down here towards $22 or so, which could be a good third level. For me, I think a dollar cost average in here, or kind of a dipping your toe in the water. That's kind of what I'd be doing here. And then if you want to get more aggressive down the road, I'd wait for it to come back over here, maybe below $24. Anywhere below that is a good opportunity to get some larger moves. If you're looking for more of a day trading strategy here, or like a swing trading strategy, I wouldn't necessarily be buying in that zone. I would just wait for that breakout to occur sometime later on in the month, or maybe even the beginning of next month, and just ride that wave. That's going to be much simpler of a move, but you can go one buy right here, the second buy right here, you know, target price number 1, target price number 2, target price number 3 up here, and you could play it that way. That's probably the easiest way to do it. But if you don't want to buy right here and risk it going down even further for whatever reason, you could simply just wait for the breakout to occur sometime. Looks like in the next couple weeks or so. That wouldn't be a terrible one either. There you go. Looks like Bitcoin's still trying to pop off a little bit today, which is nice to see. And hey, Digital K, happy to see my man. I watched too much Eric Crown for the Herp and Derp. I don't even know who Eric Crown is, dude. I gotta figure out. I don't know every influencer in the crypto space, but I need to know more of them. Head and Shoulders pattern. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, no worries, Varg. Happy to help out. It's just for me right now. We're kind of. Bitcoin's going to play so many games. I mean, I know I sound repetitive when I say this. Bitcoin's going to play so many games over the next few weeks as we try to break out above all-time highs. It's what always happens. So the easiest way to kind of, to thread that needle is just to buy and hold. But most of us have already been dollar cost averaging for a while. And if you've been dollar cost averaging at least for the last few months, or even the past like quarter or two, you're either breaking even or slightly in the profit, or slightly losing some money, depending on like how much of a diversified portfolio you had, right? Right now, it seems in hindsight, meme coins and AI tokens seem to be the best things to buy right now. You'll probably see other tokens have their own rally soon enough, but meme coins seem to be where I need to allocate the majority of my funds to get a lot more money, and the same with AI tokens. There's not nearly as many AI tokens as there are meme tokens, but still, I want to be able to make some money off of them. And then Bitcoin right now, that shakeout that's probably going to happen here is going to scare a lot of people, because we're going to be breaking down below that 20-day moving average. Bitcoin may go down like $4,000 or $5,000 before popping back up. And now everybody's going to be like, oh my God, the world's ending again. Oh no, all while forgetting that Bitcoin's at like $62,000 or $64,000 when it happens. And hey, the MILF Hunter, happy to see my man. I've been holding Ethereum since 2022, but my portfolio hasn't shown much growth. Do you recommend swapping it for something else? I mean, I own Ethereum. I own a good amount of it. I've always enjoyed the classics like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. I have a good amount of all three of those. Right now, what I'm buying is a lot of meme tokens, right? And the reason I'm buying the meme tokens is I think we have a long way to go for this bull market. I think we at least have one or two more big pumps left, and then after that, we'll really have to wait and see how this all turns out. But if you're talking about a longer term portfolio, Bitcoin's never failed me. You could sell half your Ethereum and move it over into Solana. Solana's been doing fine, but I don't know exactly how long you want to hold it for. So when I think about holding right now, I'm thinking you're buying it towards the end of a cycle, right? Not the middle of a cycle, not the very, very end when we're peaking and stuff. But you're buying towards the end of a cycle where you missed out on really good lows when everything was crashing. So if you buy right now, you're just gonna have to hold for maybe 2 more quarters, max 3 more quarters, sell and take your profit whenever things get kind of parabolic with Solana. And then what you might do is when Bitcoin starts to show some of those really bearish signals, for example, when Bitcoin has a death cross in the weekly chart, very bearish signal there. When we start getting those and Bitcoin starts to crash to crazy lows, everybody's talking about, I hate Bitcoin, I don't want to own Bitcoin anymore, Bitcoin lost me my whole house or something like that. Typically, that's when you want to start buying up your other assets. So you could buy more Ethereum at those levels, you could buy some Bitcoin at those levels, you could buy some Solana at those levels, or you could try to buy other things that have kind of come down quite a bit. For me, I think just dollar cost averaging that stuff is always the better way to go. But, Ethereum, I think, is up around 8% this year. Well, I think, what did we talk about? Solana is up 70% this year. So let me go over here very fast. Ethereum's up 11%, excuse me, and Solana's at 56%, so I was actually off on both accounts. But, Solana's definitely been the better play so far. Even the last 30 days, Ethereum is losing to Solana. The last 7 days, it's losing, back and forth, back and forth. But I think it's a solid thing to own. What I think I've been putting more of my money into besides Ethereum is I've been putting more of my money into Tron. And that's because personally, I know the Tron team. I use Tron so much more than Ethereum because Ethereum is just a tad bit slower, not super slow. It's not slow at all. You guys have probably used Ethereum as well. But Ethereum is so much more expensive than Tron. And I don't like paying for expenses that I don't have to. So I've been putting a lot of my investments in Tron here for this cycle. We'll see when exactly I want to sell it. I honestly don't have a good idea right now, but it's going to be the same time I'm pretty much selling Bitcoin and other assets, right? So that's kind of how I think about it back in my mind. And hey, Los Canos, happy to see you, man. I'm doing well, chilling out here, watching the sun slowly come down, drinking water, and smelling some good smelly wax. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it. Oh yeah, this is some good wax right here, guys. Some really good wax. Wax it up, guys. Wax it up. And then listening to nature shows behind me, right? But I don't know. It's been kind of boring, to be honest. This market's been kind of, I'm still in that type of phase with everything. Because if we go look at Bitcoin here, right? Bitcoin's having a nice little surge right now. I kind of like what I see there. That's nice. Again, the daily chart's still bullish, although we haven't gone bearish yet. We might go bearish here pretty soon. The weekly chart is what I've been telling you guys I'm the most excited about. So, again, I just continue to dollar cost average. That's all I'm doing right now. Where I think things may get more exciting is if Bitcoin decides to break down below the 20-day moving average here over the next few days. That's where all hell breaks loose. That's where Twitter goes crazy. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Yada, yada. And I think what's possibly been part of this little bit of a downtrend that we've been seeing, which isn't a terrible trend, but it is a downward trend, right? There's been murmurs that perhaps inflation is going to start coming back, and murmurs that maybe the Fed can't cut rates as much as it wants to. So now people are thinking, oh, are we not going to have consistent rate cuts, or are we going to be, people are kind of left wondering. There's a little bit more of a void here now. But But besides that, I mean, it's been kind of, haven't been doing much dollar cost averaging. We just bought some more tokens here. I'll probably buy some more with you guys tomorrow and the day after. Yeah, I did a week today. Let me do BYDFi tomorrow. Then, or let's see. Let me see. See. BYDFi. I know I moved, I think, $1,000 in here this morning. Do I have 1,000? I do have exactly 1,000. Okay. Oh, that's actually weird that I have exactly 1,000. Typically, it's like $999 and something. Maybe what I'll do is I'll buy the tokens that are coming down the most, and like they're basically having really rough days. So like right now I'm on BYDFi, and you can the 24-hour change button. There's like Web3, there's new, there's a bunch of other things here. I hope they have memes here. Yeah, they got good memes here too. But they even got degen. But what I do is go to all. Radu is up a little bit today. Jupiter's up a little bit today. Book of Meme is up a little bit here today. So what I'll do is I'll find out what's dropping the most. Like here's CAT, USTD. Catty. Oh, it's Catty. What is Catty? That actually changes things. Is that a meme coin or not? Catty. Okay. So this has a market cap of $100 million. That's very, very small. Play for airdrop, heal the world. Cat is in. I love paper airplanes. I fucking love paper airplanes. I don't know what this is at all, but I can scroll down. Oh, scrolling down moves you along. Okay, this is a game. There's other games. Okay. I mean, it's an interesting concept for a website, not gonna lie. I kind of like this. Open AI. Oh, they have an AI component. Okay. Now, I'm not entirely sure, this coin has not been doing well, so I'm not going to toss a bunch of money in here. But let's just do a 5x leverage position. Let's not go crazy because it is a very volatile token. Let me go over here and I want to go by value. Let's see. Or see, probably order by value. So margin. Okay, let's just open up a $100 position with $20 margin. That's not bad. Okay, so a small position right here. We'll go long. Highly risky position, but I think it'll be kind of fun. Disable order confirmation. There we go. All right. Now, next up is Reef. Reef has actually been pretty good overall, if you ask me. Now, this is... looks like it's come down a lot. This thing had a really good move here. Again, let's go with the $100 trade. 5x leverage. What's the margin going to be on that one? $50? We can do a $50 trade since this one's also pretty bad. Those are going to be our two big YOLOs for this time around. Mojin. We can do big time, but I think big time already kind of ran up, didn't it? Ape. Didn't we already do Ape? Yeah, Ape already popped off. I told you guys it was going to have a pop-off moment. It just was really fast. Big time. Big time's still starting the curl. Big time, look back on this in a couple weeks. I think they could still make some good moves. We'll add a full $100 into this trade. To next leverage. And that'll be fine for now. We'll add some more here down the road, but I just wanted to get something in there. Bitcoin so far right now, still looking good, breaking out, looking for a golden cross, and looking for an excuse to go up tomorrow. Fucking gas fees I hated? Yeah, that's why I don't like Ethereum, honestly. I mean, I have a bias. I know some of the guys at Tron, like that have worked for Tron in the past and currently work there. So I always tell you guys I know their team and stuff like that. It just comes down to me saving money, and they don't pay for anything of mine. They don't sponsor me. They don't do anything like that. I think the most I've gotten from Tron is like these little stuff like this, where like I got some merch and stuff. So I got the little Tron bowl. This is going to be a collector's item someday. I'm going to sell it on eBay. But what do you call it? I got a lot of stuff going on there. And hey, Ken, happy to see you, my man. Any trade suggestion in Bitcoin? I mean, you could try to do a day trade. Like literally when we started off the video today, I told you guys I was not making this trade. Maybe in hindsight, I look like a freaking idiot or something. But basically there's a little bit of a trend line right here. And I said this would be the trade to do. And then I'd basically buy here and start scaling out right here. The trade's pretty much halfway done. So at this point, you could hope for maybe a larger pop to come over in the next morning or so to aim for 68,000, maybe 368,500. Because after that, we're probably going to come back down a little bit more. And there's going to be some violent, again, this volatility is going to be a little more extreme than normal. So there probably is a little bit more upside here. But, I don't want to trade it. I've been kind of... Momentum isn't where I want it to be right now for me to make these types of trades. But again, that's why I said at the beginning of this stream, you guys could do it. It's there to be had. I'm just not doing it. And because I'm not doing it doesn't mean you guys can't, do it as well. Hence, I think that's why I think the thumbnail I chose for this video was a green one instead of the red one that we had for the last few days, wasn't it? I try to do a little bit with my thumbnails to kind of give you an idea of what's happening here, but I don't know if I did it for today. Channel. Yeah, it's green. Yeah, printing money. Little green bars going up. Yeah. And Bitcoin's, of course, making a nice little move right now. Look at that. Beautiful. All because of that tiny breakout. We are back above $67,000, though, which isn't a bad thing. Let's see. It's cons. Oh. Pretty meh. Los Canos. Less cons. I can't. Cojones? Fuck, I don't know. Los cons. Los cons. Los cons. Los cons. I don't know. There are certain words that I just don't know. Oh, I have struggles with. I'm surprised I have a struggle with that name though, because typically right now, I have the biggest trouble saying my R's. My R's are the worst thing in the world. Instead of saying like roof, I'll be like woof, woof, because my W's come out when I say my R's and stuff like that. What's going on here? I want to see how's GOAT doing. Is GOAT doing any good? No, I'm losing money on GOAT. The render is doing fine so far. Render's up around 16%, even though it's a small position. Again, these are dollar cost averages. They're not meant to go crazy. But how's that one trade doing? Oh, look at this. I mean, Cat's still going higher. Now we're up at $941. Nickname. What's my nickname? My nickname is Michael. I like how they have different things you could share with your audience. Like any of you guys could do this. $940. You know what? I'm not going to fuck around with it. I got my stop loss. If it does fall... if it does fall, I'll be fine. But Bitcoin's actually having a pretty good move right now. Maybe I should have taken that trade. Oh well. Mike Indian Boat Canoe. Hey Nicholas, happy to see me, man. Los Cones. I can't. Yeah. Pretty meh. Yeah. I need to have ChatGPT help me explain that because I suck at it. But thanks for letting me know because I'll actually try to actively work on it. Solana futures rose by 4%. What's Solana doing right now? Must be 4% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is doing some good moves here. Baby Doge is popping off a little bit. I mean, we're seeing everything get a little bit of a breather after yesterday. ID tokens up a little bit more. Is anything actually popping today, though? Mog's up 3, breaking back above the Fibonacci. Turbo's up 2. Didn't I buy some turbo too, though? I swear I bought some turbo just now. Maybe I decided not to buy turbo. Dogs, memes, Pong, Popcat, yeah. Yeah, turbo up 36%, but it's only up like $4. Should have put more money in there. You know what I mean? Should have just put more money in there. But I'm dollar cost averaging because dollar cost averaging works for me. There we go. All right. Let's go over here to the 15. Yeah, we're still going to hit some resistance here pretty soon, guys, but oh, you can see it happening right now, actually. Yeah. Hitting the order block and some resistance. It might take a little bit of time, but the next few hours going into the night, you could really see Bitcoin pop back off here into this next zone, basically. And then I don't think we'd break out above this unless something crazy happens. But I think what you guys may be looking for here will probably pop, then we'll have a dip. Okay? This dip is going to be important because aggressive traders like you guys will most likely buy this dip up here and hope for the larger rally to occur. I think that's okay to do. I think if you go along on this breakout, you know, whatever that hump is, I think that's also a good way to go. And if you guys did want to buy right now, you would literally just have a stop loss around like 66,500. And you got 67,300, so maybe, you know, $800 stop loss, $1,000 stop loss, and you're basically just going to wait for that to be a bullish move. That's what you guys can do. Or you guys, like I said, can wait for the first breakout, you know, from the hump. You can wait for that breakout there with that downtrend. There's opportunities there, and I think it's okay to take those opportunities. Just make sure you have a stop loss there. It's going to be more risky, like I said before, but 4-hour chart, you can definitely see some momentum shifting here if we continue to hold this position, at least for the next, 3 hours? So that'd be 7 hours. Next 7 hours are going to be crucial for a lot of you guys out there. But I would even say extending that into the morning is going to be important too here. So there we go. 67,800, definitely a nice move. Inverted herp and derp. Cons. Imagined I call you Mickle 100% of the time I mentioned you. Mickle. That sounds like somebody. One of my old football coaches used to do that. But you know, my last name is Whitman. It shows on the channel. But he used to call me Willem. Willem, where are you, Willem? Is there anywhere I can learn TA like in a classroom setting doesn't even exist? I mean, you might find some YouTubers that do that, to be honest. I mean, there's some out there. There's one where there's an Asian guy, I forget his name. I think he has acne on his cheeks or something. He's a really chill guy. But in a classroom setting is not going to be really possible. I think a lot of it's going to be YouTube. It's going to be this guy. This guy. Hey. Rainer Tao. Right? That's what he looks like. He has a few videos going over this type of stuff. I watched a couple of his videos, I think, when I was first learning, when I wanted to like figure out some of the non-basic stuff. Candlestick pattern trading guide, ultimate stock trading course for beginners. Again, he's not going to teach you how to go full-time. No YouTuber will really teach that to you, unfortunately. Because there's like a lot of trial and error that goes into a lot of trades, and it's kind of like the feeling that we have about stuff. But I'll say that you should get a lot of information from his channel. And on top of that, if you could get a couple of books, I feel like the books help me out so much more than the YouTube videos. Like the books were the foundation. The YouTube videos kind of showed me different ways to apply stuff. And then a bunch of trial and error kind of made me think of, oh, this is going to work, this isn't going to work, and stuff like that. Like if you follow my momentum method, you're not going to trade as much as everybody else. But when you do trade, you can get some really good profits. And my hope is that you have a portfolio that you kind of just like grow and grow and grow and grow. And eventually, every time you have it grow, you're making so much more that you can pull some of that money out to like go on a vacation, pay off debt, that type of stuff, right? But I don't know too much about the classroom setting. I know there are probably classes that you can take on trading, but I have ADHD. I'm not a classroom type of guy. I can't do it. So I've just never really looked too much into it. But I'm sure there's something out there. But my brain would break in a classroom about trading because I'd be like, well, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. I don't really care about fucking scalping. I just want to do swing trading. I have a problem with authority. Yeah, so I cannot do a teacher's lesson. Rainer Tao is good, very good. I like him as well. William Defoe. The day tradey professor does classes. There's one right there. He's super expensive. Yeah, see, I don't want you guys to have to pay for it because you guys don't have to pay to become full-time investors. I don't even think paying for it necessarily speeds you up all too much unless they're a master. But then even then, it's like, that's a lot of money to be thrown out there. What if you don't understand the way he's teaching you? So, I think it's best to find a pattern. But again, the number one thing that I could recommend to all of you guys that want to go trading full time is still the same thing. Get yourself a trading journal, keep track of all your trades, and see what's making you have profitable trades and see what's making you have non-profitable trades. Some of you guys may actually make a good consistent profit off of Bitcoin, but every time you fucking try to go into a meme coin, you guys start losing a shit ton of money. Until you're good at meme coins, stop doing it, or vice versa. If you're doing well with meme coins and you suck at Bitcoin, get the fuck away from Bitcoin for a while. It's simple things like that where you just kind of see and you look at your dad and like, this is what I'm good at, this is what I'm bad at. And remember, this is the age of AI. You guys can simply go to Google Spreadsheets or go to Excel, download that sucker, upload it to ChatGPT and say, hey, what does this data tell you about how I am as an investor? And it will tell you everything. And you can say, hey, be blunt with me. So it actually hurts your feelings or something. This new age is crazy, but you have to have that data. You have to have that record. And I know the majority of you guys do not have that data, do not keep those records. And I think it really is a disservice to like your trading careers out there if you guys aren't at like every single trade. Why did you open it? Why did you close it? Why did you choose the price target? What was the price target? Did you use leverage? What was the leverage? That type of stuff. All of it. The more information you have in those tabs, the more the AI is going to be able to help you. And maybe I'll make a new trading journal for you guys that has no fancy things like the other one I gave the members a while ago. Bitcoin, you go. It'll just have some simple things in it, like all these little things like, hey, opening price, selling price, date, notes, and you actually add notes. Like you'd write a short paragraph saying, why are you opening this position? Like literally. And then you do completion notes, like closing notes, opening notes. So why you open this position? Why did you close the position? It can be simple stuff like that. But people don't like to do that because it's fucking tedious. But I mean, I still do it, and I still learn. Hence why I'm doing different types of trading styles these days, right? Why I typically hold a little bit longer. You want a treat? This is the last treat you get. You're being a big baby right now. You can't whine to get what you want. That's what babies do. You're a dog. You can't be a baby. Here you go. That's a good baby. See. Eric Crown has a free trading sort now. Oh, there you go. Eric Crown has one right there. Sniper School is actually good. Ignore the crypto banter scam. Stick with the Sheldon guy. There you go. Let's see. Tom Crown has courses. Does Tom Crown have courses? Trying to think. Because I know he does tutorial videos, but these aren't courses. These aren't even these are like entertainment videos. But he might, if I go over here, I don't want to play his video. If you guys want to watch it, you guys can see it. Does he have a course? Meta signals, my crypto trading signals, my premium indicators, Coinbase best US exchanges, weeks, no KYC, Margex. Oh, he joined weeks too. That's awesome. Chart on trading view, full course for beginning. No, I don't see a course in here. His videos aren't. Well, okay, I have a different idea of what courses are than most YouTubers. So maybe you might think of Tom Crown's as a course. My courses are much more dry and informative, and they're much more spoon feeding you. So like me and Tom both have smart money concepts videos. I think they're about the same when it comes to views. His will give you kind of a broad overview and kind of like how you use smart money concepts. Mine will go over just more of the boring stuff that you guys might not want to hear. And I understand my tutorials can be very boring. I totally get it. But like if I open up smart money concepts here, like this one right here, I'd walk you through exactly what every single button does. Like literally what everything on this page does right here, this whole thing. I'd walk you through, hey, mode, means this, present means this, historical means that, style means, this, colored versus monochrome, color candles on versus off. We'd walk through every single thing. Tom doesn't do this type of stuff, but where I think Tom excels is kind of teaching the macro views of the macro examples of how to use some of these tools here. That's probably the best way to look at some of these videos too. Not everybody wants to learn all the detailed stuff. Some people do, and that's where I come in. But I think most of the videos that go viral on YouTube are going to be the ones that Tom puts out there, because what YouTube does is it kind of looks at how long people watch videos. So if you guys watch a video, and let's say my video that's very, very boring, if you guys only watch it for 10 minutes, but you see somebody like Tom or what some of these other people you're talking about, Banter, Sniper, Cryptoface, whatever, if they, let's imagine they all did tutorials, and you watch them for 15, 20 minutes, even though you might not learn as much as my video, you're still watching longer, so YouTube will prioritize those videos. I made a conscious choice, yeah, whatever, to not go down that route for a couple of reasons, but primarily because I don't think you guys learn how to be traders watching those videos. Although I have to say, when you have a video that goes viral, you do make a shit ton of money from it. So I thought about it for a while. I even tested it out once, but I was like, nah, it's not worth it. Because again, when I watch one of my own videos, I can follow what's happening. I can be like, okay, this is what I'm teaching you here, here, here. When I watch the other videos like I've tried to do in the past, I'm like, if I didn't know much about trading and I watched that video, I would have no idea what the fuck was going on. But at least I was entertained with the flashy lights and stuff. But there's tons of YouTubers out there. Search around and see which ones work the best. But I think the Tao guy is probably the best out there. And hey, Milford and Michael is a way more legit trader or teacher, I should say. Yeah, I'm a little bit more trading focused than the average guy. That's for sure. But again, I've never been blunt about saying I'm not a savvy YouTuber. I've just never been able to really get into it as much as other people, because when you think about how other YouTubers are, they have their personalities kind of wrapped up in YouTube, and they're much more excited about stuff. So Tom Crown, great, but he wears blue glasses and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be a crypto bro. I'm just trying to make money in the markets, because I think making money in the markets easier for me than going viral on YouTube, right? Crypto Wendy, whole different type of vibe that she has, but she talks about news and stuff like that. She chills. She's just very chill and cheerful person. Really cool. You got Crypto RS, sorry, I just talked with him, George, in Nashville a few months ago. Really chill guy. Everybody has their own personality and what they're looking for. I think I'm looking to be more of a George type guy, where I'm not crazy energetic. I'm like, wow, everybody, but I do have my own fashion and stuff. Like I wear those circle glasses every now and again, but I don't wear them on YouTube unless I'm kind of just having a fun time. If I'm recording myself at the lounge and I'm wearing them or something like that, yeah, sure. But you guys haven't seen me day after day come out here with sunglasses. Freaks me out. My anxiety would not be able to handle something like that. But yeah, I just like trading. And that's why I show you guys my positions, and I show you guys the bad stuff and the good stuff. And I try to explain to you guys how us influencers make money in the market, how we do certain things. That way you guys understand that when a YouTuber is trying to get you guys to buy a token or something, there's a good chance they're being paid to do so. Or if a YouTuber keeps on telling you to buy, sell in a very hyper way, usually they're just getting paid by an exchange to make you trade more than you otherwise might have. So again, there's so much that goes on in this community. I just want to keep you guys somewhat safe. And then, you know, the downside is it might not be as exciting. But I try to chill out with you guys, you know. I think this weekend I'm going to try to, I think this Saturday, I'm going to try to drink with you guys a little bit. It's going to be off camera. Well, not off camera, but it's going to be like in a cup like this, which I have my water right now. And I'm going to smoke a cigar. So it's going to be cigars and crypto, you know, and we'll see how that goes. I've been trying to stream with you guys for the last few days at the lounge, but every time I go to the lounge, there's people I know there, and they're always coming outside to talk with me. So I haven't had like my own time to like relax and talk with you guys. I'm thinking of maybe Saturday morning or something. I go to the lounge or something, and I just eat breakfast there and smoke and then talk with you guys. But I don't know. Maybe I should go to the other cigar lounge that might be a little bit more quiet. Actually, that might not be bad as well. It's going to be a lot quieter there too, not as much traffic. But yeah, I'm working on a bunch of stuff. And hey, R Lake, happy to see my man. Got me worked out great. Ooh, nice. That's good zip. Just use $10 trades no more until you get better. $10 trades? I mean, you could definitely go down that route. I mean, I would say for most people, just do paper trading until you're ready. Gummy had a good run. What I want to see is what happened to that Donald Trump token. What is it? World Liberty Group? World Liberty Group? I can't tell if this is the real one or not, so that's the thing. Okay. Website couldn't be reached. Okay, this is probably not the right token then. Well, let me just, okay. There we go. Shape a new era of finance, be defiant. Haha, DeFi. Okay. Okay. C token. I live in the United States. Let's see. They've sold a decent amount of tokens, but not too much. One token is worth 0.015 cents. Somebody bought some 27 minutes ago, 37, an hour ago. I mean, they're being bought, but I wouldn't say they're being bought like in droves or something. So it's WLFI token. Bitcoin Telegraph. 5 reasons why Trump's World Liberty Financial Token crashed and burned. Oh my God, this is like a week ago. Let's see. Let's see. Sales have been tepid. So this was a week ago. It was at 850 million. Now it's at 934. So there really hasn't been much buying over the last few days. That is for true. That's for sure. There were no limits on who could purchase Trump's tokens. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. Only accredited U.S. investors and non-residents could buy the Trump DeFi coin. I see. So really, it's only people outside the United States here that are buying up the token. Let's see. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Were any of you guys able to buy the token? WLFI. Oh, there you go. LFI. None of these equal the amount that it's supposed to be, so these are all scam tokens right here. Okay. Yeah, but I guess, I don't know. Let's see. Not transferable or tradable. That if it was tradable, I could do some day trading on that sucker and everything kind of fun. But I'm not just gonna trade it, you know. Oh, just so you guys know, I know we talked about this a few minutes ago, but we are hitting our first level of resistance here on this Bitcoin pop. Just so you guys remember what we talked about 5 minutes ago. And thanks, Noir. I appreciate that a lot. I try to be chill. I don't know. It's too hard. Okay, so you know, back in college when you have a different life and you're much more drama, and like high school, much more drama. I learned through that time that lying, manipulation, all that type of crap, it comes back to bite you, and it takes a lot to maintain a lie or maintain something that you're like being something you're not. So nowadays I just chill. I don't want to be stressed, guys. I like being happy and stuff like that. I focus on my dieting. I focus on walking with Loki and exercise, and I focus on work, and I focus on planning out the rest of my life however I see fit, right? But I try not to be stressed if I don't have to. I try not to be fake hyped if I don't have to. Freaking have an aneurysm or some shit like that. Been different. And hey, Lisa, yeah, Loki's always a good dog. He's over here chilling right now. He's laying down because he wants belly rubs, but I'm not giving him a belly rub. He's getting all of his extra hair because it's starting to get cold outside. I'm like, okay, dude, like, just don't shed it inside the house. I got my vacuum cleaners running right now. Is PayPay worth holding until the bull run seems like a low market cap coin? Yes, I just don't think you need to actually allocate a large amount of funds to it. A lot of these low market cap tokens are fine with $5, $10, $50, $100. Whatever you feel like is okay to gamble with is what I'd probably say is good for you. Like last night for me, I was leaving one of the cigar lounges, and one of my friends was like, hey, me and another friend, come over here. I'm going to go put I'm going to put $20 in this machine. All right. And I was like, oh, okay, if you're putting $20 in the machine, I'll put $20 in the machine. My other friend's like, if you guys are putting $20 in the machine, I'll put $20 in the machine, right? So I proceeded to lose that $20 in about 4 minutes, right? Same with my friend. The other friend, he lost his money too, but he's like, no, I'm going to make some money. I'm going to win some money right now. And so he goes over to the ATM to get more money to pump into the machine. And I was talking with my friend Kevin, and I was saying, hey, this isn't normally how I like to gamble. I was talking to say, I'm going to Vegas on Monday for the Money 2020 conference, and I'll be making some content there for you guys. But I was like, this normally how I gamble is I just toss $100 into the machine, and I'll do a max bet. Basically, it'll be like $6 or $7 max, and then I'll push it. I'll push it a couple times, and if I lose all the money, I lose it. But a lot of times, what happens is I've noticed that machines try to give you one good win before they take all of your money away, basically. So I was like, yeah, that's how I do it. And he's like, dude, no fucking way. That doesn't work. And so, of course, gambling is all luck. This was no strategy, whatever like that. But I took $100 out of my wallet, and I put it into the machine, and I bet the max, which was $6.66. And the minimum bet was like 66 cents or something like that. So I pushed it once. I pushed play, and the first spin was a bonus. And off that one spin, with all the 6 bonus spins that I had, I won like $240, right? And then I proceeded to lose $40 to kind of do a couple backup spins just for fun. But I ended up winning some money right there, and I was like, see, that's how you do it. But my point was, I was willing to toss in $100 there just for a little bit of fun, okay? And maybe an opportunity of making money. For me, I think $100 is plenty for a token. If I'm going to go crazy, it could be $400. But $400 for like a meme token is kind of crazy for me, especially if it's a low market cap. So whatever you think you're going to be gambling on, like let's say you go gambling for an hour or a few minutes, are you tossing $20 into the machine? Are you tossing $100 into the machine? You're tossing $50 into the machine? What are you tossing? Or I have a friend that used to gamble a shit ton in Vegas. He would gamble about, close to like $5,000-$10,000 a month. Wealthy dude, but gambled a lot, right? And that's not even a low amount of money, right? I'm talking about like that's how much money he lost in Vegas, how much money he gambled. I think you can gamble a lot because you went in some stuff and you're pushing the buttons and stuff. But what he did, he's like, you know what? He took a month and he didn't gamble. He just chilled at home, but he put $10,000 into a bunch of random meme coins that help him put a little portfolio for. And then those meme coins are pretty much still paying for his gambling habit right now. This was back in 2021 and 2020. But, if you guys gamble, don't gamble for a month and just put into a bunch of random tokens, then you can keep on gambling after the month is over, and then just kind of hold those tokens and see what you get back for them. Because, again, that's a gamble all in of itself. That's the way I like to think about meme coins. This is straight gambling. And hey, David, happy to see you, my man. Haven't you seen Casino? Oh, yeah, I've seen Casino. Paper trade to learn the buttons and how to exchange works, then put a little cash in and trade. Yeah, that's usually fine. That won't do too much harm here. Jungle, you don't like there's not many paper trading things you like on platforms. I think that's true. I think in the basic, like let's say you don't want to use any of the exchanges, right? And you just want to use something simple. You could go paper trading here on TradingView. That's also another opportunity for you guys, especially if you guys are looking at Bitcoin or something like that, because all you guys have to look at is your percentage returns. And if you want to add a leverage onto them, you can add leverage onto them, like imaginary leverage, if you will. But, you know, you go down here, go to final stream. There's going to be this little button right here that says trading panel. Oh, okay, I got to make it maximize it. And you're going to see paper trading right here on the top left-hand side. Click on that. And it'll say connect, and then you connect, and you can start paper trading there. You can also connect your TradeStation account, Moomoo, AMP, Forex, Webull, Tradvocate, Arwando, whatever all this other crap is. But you can do all that type of stuff too. But I typically don't like trading on TradingView. I prefer going through exchanges. It's just easier in my mind. But yeah, that's some of the stuff that I'd probably talk about there as far as paper trading. Bro, tell me Bitcoin successfully rested and you can long? Bitcoin is successfully rested and you can long. I mean, am I longing right now? No, but I'm just dollar cost averaging. I bought like 5 positions earlier in this stream, so maybe 6 or something. 4, yeah, around 6 positions. So I am buying stuff up, but I'm not going crazy, guys, until Bitcoin breaks it above all-time highs. You know, where I'm thinking about swing trading and stuff. I'm getting ready for a lot of volatility coming up. That volatility will be fun for scalpers and maybe some day traders, but swing traders, they're going to have to hold through a little bit of bullshit before they make that good money. Or, well, see, if you were swing trading with this last Monday, you've pretty much scaled out a good amount. You're kind of okay with whatever Bitcoin does because you've already sold off a little bit here. But again, it depends. It's all been arranged. Just get your US to your money. They're ruthless. Yeah. It's all been arranged just for us to get your money. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I the last few times I went to Vegas, when I've gambled, because I don't always gamble when I'm in Vegas, I have walked away with more money than I left. But it was usually I lost money in slots and I'd win money in table games, and I've been winning a lot of money at craps lately. And it's because I don't play every round of craps. If everything's really good in craps for like a few rounds, and I'm like, oh, I'm making money. As soon as somebody loses the round for everybody, I'm like, you know what? I can take a break from this round. Let me sip on this Irish coffee that I got from this, this lady gave me coffee. Let me just stick around. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm not going to go into this, but I just want to kind of see what's happening. Because then there'll be like a stretch of like 4 straight losses. And I'm like, now I can get back in because of the odds somehow are in my favor. Because surely there can't be 5. Surely there can't be 6 losses in a row. So yeah, so it's a little bit different. But the people at the hotel, they don't care. I mean, as long as you're not like cheating or doing anything crazy, they typically don't bother you. And I've never been bothered at a casino before, so. Win consistently and you are banned from playing? Exactly. Well, see, I'm not winning consistently and making a shit ton of money, though. Like, the last time I was in Vegas, I made $800. I'm not walking away with thousands of bucks. I don't care about that type of stuff. But yeah. All right, but okay, I think Loki has to use the bathroom again because he's, like, winding up a storm right now. So I'm going to end the stream right now. I'm going to try to go live maybe one more time tonight. I say that a lot, and rarely do I do, so don't be surprised if I just end up falling asleep or something like that. Heads up. But Bitcoin is making a positive move, and I want you guys just to kind of understand that. I'm still not sold on Bitcoin making a larger move just yet, but I do think it's an okay opportunity to be doing some day trading with meme coins. I think that's where the money is to be made today. But short-term trades here, short-term trades. Here's Mr. Loki. You good? You okay? He's trying to get a good footing on here, but you're drooling on me. Yeah, All right. Well, I'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm still working on getting my desk and everything situated, so you kind of see how I'm like a little bit lower than I feel like I need to be. But I'll worry about that later. I kind of still want that vibe of the TV and the nice speaker system behind me. I need to get that ambiance rolling for us. And then tomorrow we're going to be smoking some cigars as well, so get ready. No, what's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah. We'll be doing an earlier stream, probably from like 4 to 5 or 4 to 5:30. But